I took like a $400 loss on PWM just a few minutes ago, trying to buy the pullback after it hit that high a day. I
I did
bought
the same.
I bought at 29.66. I had a limit order out because I thought that that would be low enough to not get smoked. I got smoked anyways.
Yeah, I pretty much had that same trade exactly. Not quite
Yeah.
400, but it was a
Yeah.
sizable.
Well, and then I saw PRFX moving and I was like, better get on this. So showing flat right now, which is unfortunate. We'll see
It
how
should
it
be resuming soon, though.
Yeah, in 40 in a minute. Yeah.
Feel free to
I'm
share that one if
probably,
you want. You know, no pressure, but
what'd you say? Share it?
if you want to.
Sure.
I don't want to put extra pressure on the fact that you're in a halt.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really make a difference whether I'm sharing my screen or not. Yeah, we're looking at a flat resumption, which is kind of funny since it halted down and then squeezed through that high of day, I would think. And now we're looking at a lower resumption.
It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
I took 700 shares at 11.92 for the break of 12, and I sold almost all of it into the halt. So I'm sitting nicely into profit, but we'll see how this.
That's an impressive ticker to be trading. I probably would have stayed clear of that one, but
I just have a live market order right now just to bail as soon as it resumes because it's showing a 30-cent lower resumption now with a big sell imbalance out there. Nice. I got filled.
wow.
Nasty. Really interesting though. I think it's gonna go.
That was a great execution there. Nice work.
Yeah, thank you, TD. Thank you, DOS.
Yeah.
Thank you, DOS gods. Ah, I almost took that break. That was because it bottomed out there and then yeah,
it's still on the first 5 minute making highs, so volume's okay on it. A midday it's a little bit light, but it's a new ticker, so
man, PWM is just dying, which is good for any of my FOMO.
The amount of volume we had today, holy macros, and also just the amount of tickers.
Yeah, actually, we had two really solid moves.
Really good moves. Who traded ELOX? ELOX.
I traded it.
Of course.
That was probably one of the best front sides we've had this year. I mean, that was perfect from like 1020 to like 1050.
It was a solid move.
Yeah.
On the candlesticks, it looks nice, but it was tough to trade.
It was super choppy. Yeah.
Every time you try to mark it in, it was putting you on the ask, and you're like already, like 15 cents behind to start. It was tough.
It was not a smooth move up at all.
I guess it's my FOMO speaking because I have zero trades on this ticker because I saw it late. And then I didn't want to FOMO into it. It was already on its like fourth or fifth green 5 minute candle in a row. But yeah, the hindsight, the chart looks really, really spectacular.
Yeah, it looks like a nice move, yeah, but it wasn't really.
It was
very good.
Awful.
You guys are quenching my FOMO because it was spiking.
I would buy in a pullback. It would pull back further, but when I would buy in, I would get hit on the ask, and then I would lose, like 30 cents on the trade.
Yeah.
Okay. Like $300 or $400 so fast, and then eventually got back to even on it. But it was, I had to start throwing limit orders out there to try to catch lower.
Yeah, to manage your entries. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, these can be. Honestly, we had that on a lot of tickers today where like even in one minute candle, we'd have like 10, 15% range. Yeah, it was insane.
I time it when it pulls back a little bit, but you could not do it.
I try to stay away from throwing limit orders out now to catch dips. I'll do it sometimes, and I got I think it maybe was on PRFX. I maybe got one of them on that, but I just feel like lately there's so much more risk with doing that because it seems to always go lower than I thought it might. And some of them just completely knife when a level breaks. So I've been trying not to put out limit orders to catch a low lately.
I'll put in limit orders to catch a low if the 5-minute is still breaking higher and we're above the former close of the last 5-minute. So we're in a pretty solid front side trend. But once like the 5-minute is red and we're kind of going lower, I've been stuck. I've been catching a lot of falling knives as well. So I've been usually when that happens, I'll either reduce size or I tend to avoid it. Today I avoided all of those setups and that really worked well for me. So I'm really happy about that. And I had a pretty solid day. I feel like maybe I stopped today a little bit early. I kind of walked away, then I came back, and then ELOCs happened. But you guys are telling me it wasn't as great. So
it was a good move, but it was definitely tough.
Yeah, gotcha.
Like even
for summer, this is nice.
Yeah, but like here, the breakthrough 8. This was a trade that I actually ended up doing really well on. I didn't take the first breakthrough 8. We can go back and see on ELOCs. Let's see, where was it doing that? So this is where it was doing that. Oh no. I clicked on something that I didn't want to click on. Okay. All right. So I took a trade here for the breakthrough 8. I sold through 8, and then it had a triple wick up here above 8. So I kind of took that to understand that if it does break and hold above 8, it should have a bigger move. So I got that bigger move for the most part there. I got a trade. I don't know exactly what my shares were or what the trade was here, but I guess I had 2 buys. I sold one really quickly, and then I had another buy that panned out really well. I sold that nicely for like 50 cents, added back, sold more into the halt. But like you can see all the topping tails, it wasn't like things were going smooth. But what I did notice was it was trading really nicely off the 9 EMA.
Yeah, it was holding. That's what I was kind of thinking. It was like it looked beautiful in hindsight.
Yeah,
because of that 9 EMA, it was just so clean on holding that. But yeah, if you're trading it high into the breakouts, it would often come all the way back down before it continued. So I get your guys' points.
You just get smacked. And then because like SOS earlier was, oh god, it was so bad.
There were so many tickers today. It was crazy.
Yeah,
like good ones, like tradable tickers, not just tickers.
SOS was had a pretty big spread on it though, and it was moving kind of slow.
Yeah, SOS was just it was honestly garbage. I'm up $16 on it across 6,800 shares that I bought. Shit. That's my first sign that it wasn't a good move.
Yeah, that's another ticker I didn't touch.
I was up 117 on it, but
and now what?
Small trade out of the halt.
GCVP. Hey Tom.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up?
Much.
All right. We've got PRFX here. I'm not going to trade it. Resumes in 30 seconds. It halted at 14.27. It's showing 15.
Oh, there we go.
But I was at like 2,200, and then I took a 400 loss on PWM, and then I just made back most of that on PRFX. So I feel like that's probably a good sign to call it a day.
I'm having similar problems today where my P&L was swinging up and down. I was up like 700 pre-market, and then I was back down to break even, and then I was up 800.
That's always so frustrating.
Back down, and then I was just like, oh man. Yeah. So
that should have resumed there. Probably
shaky tickers.
Well, like that's been happening to me every day. So I was talking with Jess, one of the other guys at Warrior. He's one of the other teachers. We were talking yesterday, literally both of us, like every day we start red and then finally end up green. This was last Thursday, which was a terrible day. I posted this on social, but this was one of those days that I just couldn't get back above. And then finally in the last like 15 minutes of the day, just went straight up and left. But like every single day I'm starting out at like negative 600 and then I get the move. So that was last Friday, negative 600 into profit. Monday, negative 600 into profit. Today doesn't show it. Actually, today I did a good job. I think I didn't have a dip like that, but it's been tough like that nearly every morning. It's like you make a little bit pre-market, and then I'm just trying to be really conscious lately at the open because we've mostly been seeing things selling off.
CING, that's a perfect example. You know, it pops up twice, basically has two pullbacks pre-market, and then just sells off the rest of the day. There it is. And this is the ticker. I made a quick 700 and then I gave it right back again, just because of those topping tails, and just tough continuation.
One thing that I've noticed, especially with any strong pre-market stocks, especially the cheaper ones, it seems, is they make a big move up, and then like there's this one, this Jupe W was yesterday morning. Had a really nice move up pre-market, tried to break pre-market highs there, failed, and then just after this second attempt through, like not even a single candle to make a new high, pretty much. And then TAOP today was the exact same situation. Nice pre-market, really strong move up, and then
almost a perfect
once we hit the market open, not a single candle to make a new high.
Yeah,
at all.
Those are brutal for especially any new traders that don't cut their losses yet. Those are the ones that really hurt your account. So you just
exactly. I had someone messaging me specifically yesterday about like I had a huge loss on JUPW yesterday, and that was basically what I pointed out, was like not a single candle is able to make a new high. So it's not forming a chart pattern at all. Someone's just walking it down. That's basically what I take from that. And then like in this case also, it was consolidating around lows or so, but it was only up 20% on the day at that point. Somebody asked me about a curl on it, and I was like, I'm not interested in it anymore. It's only up like 20% on the day. Even if it curls back up, like
it's got a long way to go.
It has a long way to go. There's no reason for it to squeeze. It gave back the entire move. Clearly someone is in control who wants it to go lower.
Yeah.
So, and that was at the same time that PRFX and ELOX were moving. So
yeah, if there's other good opportunities, then it's even less likely to pump back up. No one's looking at it anymore.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's so important to choose what you're trading well. And if something's not moving, move on to something else, or something's not working, stop trading.
That is the truth. Trade the best, leave the rest. And I always try to remind myself, and I do that mistake all the time where I find myself trading a crappy ticker and I'm like, why am I doing this? And then I realize there's another perfect front side and I try to switch.
Yeah.
But
that was what happened to me today.
Sucked in. Yeah.
I was chopping around. Like I was never up more than 100 or 150 for the first probably hour of the day. And then ELOX moved, and I went from like 50 on it to 550 or 600 in the first real trade that I took, and then made a bit more. And it's like, as long as you keep yourself like flat on the day or in the game, or like hopefully tiny red, then you have a good chance of being able to actually have a small green day or a medium or decent green day at that point. This is crazy action on PRFX. So it resumed straight to pinning the halt level. The bid couldn't hold.
It's so thin though.
It's so thin. Yeah. It's gonna halt, I think. Yeah, it's stacking.
Price action like this gives me anxiety. I typically never trade it.
I'm like, I mean, the thing is, one of the things that I think about, which is thanks to my buddy Manoli, it's up 300% now. Like, what do we think is the additional potential reward versus potential downside? It's showing a 1998 resumption right now, 1958. So it's a $3 gap up. But you can see Jess over here. I was mentioning Jess before. He's one of the other mentors at Warrior. He's made probably close to $1 million at this point in the market, saying he doesn't trust it up here.
I don't blame him. I mean, look at the volume. There's divergence, right? It keeps going higher and higher. With every new high, there's the less volume. So that's always a red flag for me.
Yeah, it's hard to know.
That's usually a red flag.
It's hard to know on a stock like this because it only has a 600,000 share float.
Yeah.
Also true.
I wonder what the statistic is for the number of tickers that go 300%.
Yeah.
That eventually reach that 500% or 1,000%. Is it like once it hits 300%, then are you more than 50% more likely to hit the 1,000%?
Yeah.
Or is it like 5%? You know,
like what statistically probabilistically is your actual potential reward at this point?
That's a great number because that's true. You either see tickers between like 100, maybe 200, usually like around 150, or they're like at 3,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, this is the point where things can start being really, really irrational.
It seems like you usually get one per month that we get something that goes pretty parabolic.
Yeah, like one a month, one every other month, something like that. Yeah. But somebody else over here is saying
SPI.
When these halt down, typically they resume like $5 or more lower.
Yeah.
So it's just like, and when they do halt down and they pin that level, you're not getting out. There's no one's buying at that point.
Yeah.
If you have a position. So best to just not touch it, in my opinion.
I couldn't get my confidence up on ELOX today just because I always felt like it was a little bit too extended. I was waiting for like a lower dip entry on every single dip. And I just, with the spreads, I was looking for like at least like not a 5-minute dip, but a little bit lower than what it was giving just because of the spreads.
We were talking about that before you got on, I think, about how it was kind of difficult to trade.
Yeah, it always felt you were taking too much risk.
Mm-hmm. I got this little glass bowl while I was in Venice.
Oh, that's fresh.
It is. It was a bit of a drunken purchase. My girlfriend and I went out for dinner, and it was one of the nights that we were like, why don't we just have some drinks? We got some cheap beers, some cheap cans of beer, and just walked around before we went to dinner. And then we had like 2 or 3 drinks at dinner, or maybe 3 or 4, I don't remember. But like we were definitely not sober afterwards. And we were walking around and, just all the glass shops, and I see this bowl and I'm like, I have to have it.
That's so good.
It was only like $25. So.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Those are the best days. I did something like that for like a day drinking thing in Porto, north of Lisbon, with my girlfriend. And we were just, it just started around lunch, and then we were like, let's do like sightseeing but buzzed. We just like kept on doing stops along the way.
Yep.
It's just, those are funny days. Don't do it a lot, but it's good.
I was following along with your trip while I was out there too. I was kind of jealous that you were catching some waves.
Oh my God, it was insane. Like I don't remember the last time I surfed 3 meters. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty terrified.
3 meters.
Yeah,
Damn.
It was Thursday. We had some fat daddies coming in. Unfortunately, Friday was one of the best days, and that was the day we were flying out. I was like, no, I was about to just cancel the flight, but we had a birthday party to go to.
What are the waves like there? What's the bottom like? What kind of, are they steep and pitchy? Are they nice?
It depends what beach. So it's like a peninsula that goes out west. So there's many beaches along the sides of it. And there's the open on PRFX.
Yeah. No way. Straight into
Lord.
another? No way. Halt down is at 1560 right now.
15.
if it doesn't halt up, oh God, it might just go straight down. I'm going to start recording though,
Yeah, I would too.
just in case it tries to halt down. And then, because I'll be watching for a false halt for sure.
Wow.
Oh, it's got a break.
Did anyone trade that? Oh, it's
Oh,
Halt
now
up
it's
and
20.
moved up. Hmm.
oh my God, they moved it.
Yeah, this is so sketchy. This is a way stronger stack though than the last halt. It's like 3
Yeah.
times stronger.
That just went from 300 to 400, just like that.
Huh. So
Wow.
this is the real meat of the parabolic move. But you just
Now it's at
know
400%.
you just know it's going to slam down at some point.
On even less volume. Then again, there was less time to trade it. So I don't know.
Jess in here. He took that small size, can't resist.
Yeah, I think that's sometimes the best thing to do, just to constantly keep yourself nimble, you know. Hey, like I'm gonna make sure
Yeah.
like I'm ready to go. I'm just gonna trade with small size.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's really, otherwise you kind of become this like scared on the sideline trader, and that's never a good place
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah, especially as a beginner, I can imagine. And I used to have so much FOMO on these types of things. It's showing 23 now.
Yeah.
People are going to start panicking. I mean, they probably already are.
They gotta be. It's just, I mean, what was the last halt? $16 or something, up to 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's going to be some euphoric blow off straight into a halt down. And it's going to be like a $7 range.
Euphoric blow off.
I'm calling it now.
Jeez.
That sounds
It's
brutal.
going to open at 23. It's going to push up to like 24.50. And then it's going to go straight down into a halt down at like 18. Watch.
And then open at like 16.
Yeah.
And then we all dip by and push it back up.
Yeah, honestly.
And ride it all the way back to high day.
We'll see.
I feel like so much has happened since the last pod, because we were going to do it last
No.
week, then we moved it, and then we didn't do it, which is totally fine. Took a week off, but like you, Danny, you finished your whole Italy trip. I think
Yeah.
Toby, you're fully moved into your new place. You got your office now. You got
Oh, nice.
2 Wi-Fi's.
Oh, nice.
So I know Toby's got to
What-
set up.
What were your moves, Toby?
I just moved from a condo into like a little townhouse.
Nice. In Thailand, right?
Yeah, in Thailand.
Cool.
And then
How's the internet at the new place?
I bought 2 packages. There's one company called 3BB, and I got 1,000 upload or 1,000 download and 500 upload.
Nice.
And then I got for the backup 400 and 400.
What's the latency like on those?
It seems really good.
That was
It's
the
under
main-
20.
That's good. Yeah.
For both. And then, you know, like I had to you have to pay for it like the full year. It was like $200 for the year.
That's
So worth it.
I pay like 70, 75 a month for my internet, which is still not that bad, but
No. And then my cheap internet was 130 for the year or something. It's stupid.
yeah, it's like a no-brainer.
So yeah. And so like with the one Wi-Fi, I just plug it directly into my computer, and I don't even set up the Wi-Fi passwords or anything, so no one can use it. And then I kind of open up the other one for the house.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I need to get second internet. I have my phone as a backup, which is quite okay. But if I was in one spot more often, things would be so much easier.
Yeah, that's true. It's
Yeah.
good to have a home base. The internet in Italy was not bad. There was only one Airbnb that I was at that was like legit bad, like terrible. It was like
Yeah.
3 to 5 down speed.
Dude, that's way more common than you'd expect. I almost always call Airbnbs ahead of time and ask them to send me a picture of the upload and download speeds. Because especially in like in Italy and Greece, like 2 upload and stuff is the norm. It's freaking mind blowing. How, like, who is there? I've never even heard of this plan. Where do they find these plans? I don't know.
I know. I was before the trip, every place that we stayed, I was like searching the reviews and the comments for like specifically Wi-Fi and like just looking through the pictures to make sure there was at least like a desk or something. I brought my Ethernet cable. That was the only one I had some trouble in and felt kind of held back. It was like 3 down speed, but also like 100+ millisecond latency. So
that's brutal.
The latency is the hard part.
Wow, 23.
Sketchy.
20.
I sold into the Halt.
God.
You had a position?
Jesus.
Yeah, and I got filled super high. It was awful.
This
like,
Halt is stronger than the last one was.
$5 on it.
I knew something was
500 shares too.
Oh man.
No, I got more than $5, like $20.
I feel left out now on this one.
All right, let's all go in now. We'll finally do it.
No,
yeah, now that it's at 24.3, it's like time to start trading it.
Now that it's showing a flat resumption, let's nail it. Oh God.
Is it showing flat now?
Yeah.
Oh man, I would like a big dip and a nice halt down.
Halted at 23.10. It's showing 23.11 now with some imbalance to the sell side. We'll see. We'll see. If it opens flat, oh man, I don't know what's going to happen. If it opens flat and dips but doesn't halt down, I'm in. Because then the other option is it breaks through highs and goes to 25. Even like 300 shares, that's a $3 trade.
It would really need a whole 23. If it goes below that, it can go down quick.
23. It's showing 23.50 now. I would like to see like 21, probably like the bottom of this candle. I feel like it would be a good look if it holds that like 2050, 2060.
Yeah. Hey Toby, did you get you were looking into another broker, another layout? Did you, where was that program?
Yeah, I was looking into it. I didn't commit to anything yet.
Yeah. Yeah. What was the platform you're looking at again? I couldn't think of the name.
I think I was
on this. Are you
No,
talking about me?
No, I think Toby was looking at.
Oh,
Sorry.
I don't even remember, to be honest. I just wanted something with halt levels.
Yeah. We were trying to get on Danny's layout a little bit.
Not have to pay so per month.
Yeah.
DOS is so good. I love DOS. I would marry DOS if I could.
Don't let the girlfriend hear it.
I think she'd be okay with it. It makes money, and I paid for a lot of the Italy trip with it, so he'd probably be like, "Go ahead."
You could tell her she could still be the mistress.
I think DOS would be the mistress.
Sounds more like yeah.
I'd have to say.
It's got that vibe. It already is the mistress compared to TD Ameritrade. It's like you're secretly using DOS. TD doesn't know.
Yeah.
They still think they're getting all the orders.
Showing 24 now. So it went from a flat resumption 23.8. God, this is so sketchy.
So when you have DAS linked with TOS, do you have your money with the DAS platform, or is it with Thinkorswim?
No, it's with TD. Yeah, it's with TD. The only thing that you're doing with DOS is paying a monthly fee for licensing the software. You download the software and then you make a connection with your TD account.
Yeah.
And then you can select which account you're using here. I have it as an alias, just as my name there, so it doesn't show the account number.
How much is $100 a month, you said?
120 is like the base version. So, and then I pay an extra 15 per month to be able to see imbalance data during the halts. That's why I can see imbalances to the buy side a little bit right now.
Yeah, especially the way you trade a bit more aggressively around these halts.
Yeah, it's important to know, like, because I can see there's a big imbalance now building to the buy side, but price is still showing 2380. So I kind of know that there must be a seller there. Because, and then there you go. See, it goes to 2386, 24, and now the imbalance is basically gone. And now there's a bigger imbalance to the sell side when it hits 24. So now we know there's sellers at 24.
Yeah, I mean, it would be totally flying blind trading this without that.
Opens in 5 seconds. Here we go.
Good luck, Toby.
Opened low, it's going straight down. No,
got it. Dip and rip. $150.
Nice.
Got him. Nice one, man.
That was just
No way.
buy and sell immediately. I didn't even wait to see if it was going to continue going up. I just
Yeah, no, I wouldn't either. Wait, so hold up. I'm not even seeing any catalyst for this. Is it literally just because the lower than 1 million float, or what's pushing this?
It's because it's going higher.
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I read even a news thing that was released about a ticker once. It was like the stock is up because it's being traded. I was like,
Yeah, exactly. The stock is up because it's going up.
Yeah. Basically,
I
sums
love
up
that.
trend following.
But that's exactly why you get this type of move sometimes, especially on a stock that has no news. It's because people, it's all just emotion and psychology at this point. There's no reason for it to keep going up. There might be some shorts that are still stuck in it from down here because they've had zero opportunity to get out. And so every time it halts, they're still covering. At some point, it'll halt down and they'll get a break.
Yeah, right when they get the margin call, it'll start halting down.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's this BDRX?
BBRX.
Is this a sympathy run up too? It's flying.
BRX.
I
Is
mean,
it?
BDRX, right?
Halted at like 540 or something, and then resumed at like
Man,
580 and just halted again at 644.
I
Wow.
don't know.
Oh, I
This
see.
is ran in the past.
The other day, I think. Yeah. This, did I
And
make
very low float too.
616?
Like,
What's the high of the 10-day?
I
This
think I
thing's been-
traded this in
thing's
June.
been
No, I didn't
getting
trade it on your
hammered.
day.
It's been on
The
nothing
high
but
is-
a downward flow.
So that's kind of the range that I'm looking at. I guess, yeah, there's kind of a level in there too. And then you've got basically like here, to like there, and then a really big gap. Something like that. Oh. IPO opened at 130,
Wow.
which was its all-time high, and squeezed itself down to 33 on IPO day. That's nuts. I don't know.
Looks like a
about
dead
that.
cat.
And the low is 351.
Yeah, from yesterday. That looks kind of like capitulation to the downside. And then what is this?
Man, it looks sketchy.
It's nothing.
ELOX just broke its trend line down, descending trend line.
Yeah, it did. I don't know if I want to keep trading. I'm at a good spot. I'm at 2100.
Going to 10.
Yeah, I was at 2200, then I took this like 400 loss, got myself back under, now I'm back over. So I don't know if I want to Keep working. Jess is up 22 grand. That's crazy.
I probably would have
Wow.
kept trading today if I wasn't so shaky on my P&L. Because like once I got back to 800, I was like, I cannot keep profits today. So
Yeah, exactly.
kind of went ahead and called.
That's the thing. I think it's so important is to just keep your money. And in this market, I think it's really easy to give it back because things keep moving, but they're so choppy. And then it's really easy to, take one more trade and then it doesn't go the way you thought it would. And then you take another and then you're here 3 hours later and you've got like no money.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than working longer and making less money for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Mentally, it's a killer.
All right, so this is going to go straight into a halt down on resumption, I'm guessing. It's showing a flat open, opens in 50 seconds. I'm going to be watching the strength. I'm going to be watching the strength of the stack, though. And if it thins out, I'm definitely buying.
That's not one of my strategies. That sounds too nerve-wracking.
That's funny.
Because it can open up way lower, right?
If it halts down, yeah, sure. But I'm saying if it false halts,
Yeah.
it looks like it's going to huge imbalance to the sell side now, showing a flat open. So again, I'm going to watch, see if it dips. Should open in 10 seconds. 2 seconds.
Come on.
Straight to the halt down.
Wow.
Stacking.
There wasn't even time to buy the dip.
Uh-oh.
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 I am in.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. So that was kind of a weaker halt. Let's see. 23.77.
Dude.
I might have just given back like most of my
Dude,
day.
that was risky.
Yeah, but the stack was thinning out.
Feel the anxiety from here.
Yeah.
Dude, it just went parabolic from 10 to 26 without a red candle.
Yeah. That was a terrible idea.
Dan, you're gonna get
I think for that strategy, it could have been, I don't know though. It could have been too extended for that strategy right now. Maybe if it happens on the next red candle.
Down now. Yeah, it's showing a $5 gap down. That's gonna ruin my day.
Yeah.
We're gonna start forbidding you to trade on the line on the pods.
Man,
You were in
Always.
400, but you got some out, right?
I guess I did. Yeah, I got 75 out somehow. So that's not as bad as I thought it might be. But yeah, showing like negative 1,800 unrealized. That sucks. I hope the price comes up.
That's a little annoying. More than a little.
Yeah.
Maybe the next
we'll
red
see.
candle will give you that false halt, though.
It looked like not that strong of a stack and it thinned out a bit.
Yeah.
We'll see. Meanwhile, ELOX is
It's a
Yeah.
decent
doing
size.
something interesting. Yeah, I mean, it happens. It would have been nice to lock up that nice screen day, but that might not be the case anymore.
At least you have ELOX profits, but yeah, you don't want to dip in one profit to cover another loss, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. I am watching this though on ELOX. I'd like to maybe get in off of 9 there.
I was thinking the same thing. The problem with this ticker is the daily. There's every time it gets to this level, it gets the daily just gets really ugly.
That was a tough dip there. It's not really
choppy.
Yeah.
It's not popping back up immediately, huh?
No,
No,
I
not
bought
immediately.
I bought the
That's for
9
sure.
and made like a penny on it.
I got like $50 out of that.
It's still probably a good trade. I'm watching it too.
I'm trying to see, is it gonna, I'm just gonna get out of it. I got out like pretty much totally break even. How is PRFX looking? It's looking the same. It's looking really bad.
Sorry,
Oh
man.
God. Sometimes I feel like just a total idiot.
The challenge today for me was not knowing what to really trade at 9:30. And I didn't really know what to do between like 9:30 and 10 until ELOX and SOS started popping up.
Yeah.
9:30 to 10 is the worst time.
Yeah. Yeah, those are usually the days where I like my confidence level is usually kind of low. Because I like when it's very concentrated, where everyone's looking at one stock right at 9:30, the market's about to open, and you get like a nice consistent 2 to 3 million shares per 1 minute candle on a low float stock.
Pre-market was too hot, so things were pulling back.
Yeah. We didn't really get that today.
Yeah.
I've been trading pre-market like trash lately.
I just don't even try to trade it at this point.
Still my glorious spot. I'm like the opposite.
Alex, man, I don't know how you do it, but you have
I know, really
skills in pre-market.
But that I have no skills afterwards. So it's like, if I don't get like 7 to 8, then I might as well just go back to bed.
Yeah.
I think you have to have like completely different strategies, because I try to play some pullbacks and stuff on pre-market and just get smoked.
I just feel like everything's more relaxed. Like there's no halts, there's no stress. There's like everything feels more consistent to me, but probably just I don't even know why.
I think your tempo is a little bit slower than all of ours. That's probably why.
Yeah. Maybe
I need like an immediate reaction when I get in, or else like I'm cutting it.
And then I'll get filled weird, like some random number, and then I have to go start typing that crap in and try to
that's
match the number so I can get out.
Oh my god.
So true.
Or get like a partial exit. Oh,
I purposely got a numpad just to handle.
I don't ever want to add, because then I have to exit twice or stick around and change my number.
Yeah.
It's true.
If you do DAS, you can just do sell half, right?
Yeah.
You want
even in pre-market?
No, you can't send market orders, but the hotkeys still work to sell partial limit orders at least.
Yeah, okay, that's already good. Yeah, it's
we passed 5 minutes on PRFX. The price is coming up just a little bit. It was at 1820, now it's at 1860 with imbalance to the buy side. So if it opens at like
another halt up,
if it could open at like 20 or so, that wouldn't be too bad. And then
I think you'll get one. I think you'll get a good pop after this first dip here.
I'm trying to read your screen. It's just slightly blurry for me.
Let's see.
It says 18.6, right?
Yeah.
No. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, 18.6. Some imbalance to the buy side. 19. Let's go. Let's get me out of here, boys.
Where's
back
the
to 1863? Huh?
What's the resumption right now?
It's back to 1863.
18, Jesus.
65. So $4 down. I don't know why it's showing so much unrealized. Shouldn't be. It's showing so it's $5 down. That's why. I was thinking it was 4.
This is why when I see your post, Danny, on Instagram, probably I feel like your trading day is so long, and I'm like, dang, like did he just trade like for 8 hours?
Sometimes, and I hate it every time.
Yeah, I've done it a few times in my life, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe there's too much on my agenda, but I just can't seem to trade all day.
That's why I try to get out before I overtrade, and some days I do and some days I don't.
Yeah, I'm probably usually leaving too much money on the table, so I don't think I figured it out yet. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're either going to leave money on the table or you're going to give profits back. So
yeah, there's no perfect.
yeah, at some point you just have to like mentally get past that barrier and be good with what you made that day, which is really hard.
The way I kind of convinced myself is like, do I rather trade longer and kind of be a little bit more exhausted, or maybe make less money but trade less? And usually the former for me is more favorable, just because I have so much else on my plate. I think if I didn't have so much else, I'd actually trade longer.
But also when you keep trading longer, like we were talking about earlier, you don't know that you're gonna make more.
Yeah.
There's a good chance too. It's like 50-50 that you're gonna lose money.
Yeah,
and
it
have
sums up the whole
worked.
beginning Q1 for me.
Yeah.
Back profits all day.
You'll just have worked longer and come out with less money from it.
Yeah, at least you learn. Oh, what was that?
Yeah.
What just happened? Did something
Over time.
Oh, Jesus.
So it's showing 1936 now. Supposed to open in a minute.
That's good. 36.
See if that can keep coming. If it opens over 20, that would be nice.
The 9 EMA is at 2050 roughly.
Yeah, 2068.
It's 2068.
If it could open at 20 and give a bounce to like 22 or something, that'd be solid at least. I don't know. I'm definitely hopeful. But
yeah,
you got
that's a big
seconds.
support zone. 2016.
I don't know if I want to be adding or just bailing out of this haul.
Oh,
I guess
God.
we'll see how
Me either.
it holds up. It's showing 1950.
The stress. I'm getting stressed just watching this.
it's seeping over, I feel too.
Me too, man.
Dude, that's the worst. You have like no control over where it opens.
There goes 10 minutes though, and we're still halted, which is
Oh boy.
probably not a bad thing because the
10-minute halt
is, huh?
10-minute halt.
Well, now we're on 15 and
We're on
resumption
15.
price keeps creeping up, so I'm fine with that.
As long as there's no like news pending or anything and the price keeps going up, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that would well, it's a NASDAQ stock though, and I feel like most of the time, almost always, it's NYSE that does that.
NYSE.
NYSE is freaking nuts.
NYSE sounds like it should be much nicer.
You would think. It's showing 2014 now.
Okay.
Let's see a $21 open and then there's the super weird resumption.
Oof.
Typical.
Oof.
Let's get a bounce. See if we can break 21.
Toby's watching for the dip, I feel.
Nope, I'm out. But I might buy back in.
Yeah, it's got the 15 EMA right there. It's looking actually quite okay. Oh, you
See. If it can't halt down, I'm getting back in. I did give back 1,200 there, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was a big one.
Which really is unfortunate.
I couldn't hold it long enough. I'm a Sally.
One thing that I like about it is short SSR is on and it's having a hard time breaking down.
Oh, SSR's turned on. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Short sale restriction.
Got in at a good price.
I'm watching it. See what happens if it breaks down under 19. Does it give me a good time to buy?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's gonna keep going, but I don't know. That was a lot of volume in that last candle.
I'm in at 1904 with 800 shares. That was a really nice fill. I want to see if I can sell just under 21. I'm getting out there.
Good job finding that one.
Yeah, that was good.
Sometimes my first trade after a loser, I'll just try to take any profit just to like mentally get back into a green state.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Having a hard time at 1950.
That was a good trade though.
yeah, it was. I agree.
High up.
Thanks.
He kept it high upside, low downside there.
Yeah, I thought so too. That's why I took it. Okay, I'm in there at 25. 2025. See if I can sell some just under 21.
Nice.
Boom.
Woo!
All right.
Nice.
Back in the game.
Yes, you still have
Turned that
6 shares.
turned that into a $400
You still have
loss.
6 shares.
I sure do have 6 shares. I'm never selling those 6 shares.
Sell it at
He's
when it's up
holding it for when it
3,000.
goes to 200.
I know I have 6 shares. It was funny. We were joking on Friday. Friday was the first day PWM started moving. A couple of the guys in the chat. We were like, let's buy 10 shares and just never sell them. I bought 10 shares. I sold them like 3 minutes later. I couldn't hold. And it was right at like close of day too, because I was like, if I wake up, and that was when PWM was at like 18, 20. I was like, if I wake up on Monday and it's at like 500, I'll be kicking myself if I don't have 10 shares.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm still watching this. Short sale restrictions on. It's holding 20. It's holding a 400% move. So like shorts are not off the hook.
No.
That was a really nice trade that
Yeah,
I
you know
got
that.
there off the bottom. So the next halt down is 17.99. I would love to see it again. Try to halt there and false halt.
There are so
I don't
many
wanna-
large caps moving today. Sorry, just like
Really?
like, on my scanner, there's like Coin, Roku, Affirm, Snap. All these tickers are over 10%. ARK is up like almost 4%.
That's
So-
pretty huge.
Yeah, huge days on a lot of these tickers. Sorry, kind of noticed that. On my scanner.
You buy this next candle right here?
Maybe that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, I don't want to see this kind of like garbage nonsense, kind of hovering here type of thing. I want a move definitively to one side, and I want
Yeah.
to see if that move gets rejected or holds. So honestly, what I would have rather had
And it's
instead
like
of
a
this,
bottoming candle if this candle
Yeah.
turns red.
exactly, yeah, what I
You
would have
want a
rather
bottom-
had, aside from this kind of like half-hearted push up back into this range
Yeah.
that now we have here, because I can't take
Yeah.
a trade in here, but I could take a trade down here if it pushes down on the halt and thins out.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely too risky here.
Yeah, like I really do my best to not trade in the middle of a range, because you like if you're trading in the middle of the range, you're getting rid of pretty much any edge you might have, I think.
Yeah.
But let's see about this. I mean, I'd like to see it over 21, but then you kind of have limited upside potential because the halt up is 21.99. But also, I mean, I don't know. But then the short sale restriction is on, and like people are going to have to cover if they're short. So I don't know. Just kind of seeing how it holds up.
Not much. I bought the dip resumption on VDRX.
Nice. How'd you do on it?
Oh, not much. But it's turning into a pretty solid green day for me now. I was at
Nice.
300 when we started the podcast, and now I'm at 781.
There you go.
Amazing,
How have
Toby.
you been doing lately? I know that you had kind of a bit of a slump.
Yeah, I've been doing okay lately. I just have been cutting share size a lot and trying to be I'm really trying to work on risk management. I think
Yeah.
it's kind of my biggest key right now. And the more I can kind of hone that, I feel like then I can get back to trading the way I would like to. But sometimes I have some bad habits, like holding things a little bit too long, hoping they'll pop back, and adding lower to try to get a pop back, or I'll get stubborn when something's it's moving hard and then it makes a pullback and I think it's going to keep going. So I'll just keep holding my position and just take a bigger and bigger loss instead of just hop
Yeah.
out of it and buy it lower. So I'm just working on those couple of things right now to improve my trading.
Yeah. Those are the
Sounds
classic
good.
ones, right? The when the losers
Yeah.
get too big and the winners are too small, the classic.
Definitely. Yeah, so what I'm looking at here is like obviously we've had a big pullback, but it really needed the big pullback. It was sitting at 400%. And now we're down here and we've got these two strong bottoming tails on the 5-minute. So somebody either shorts are covering here or there's somebody buying. Like obviously someone is buying there when it gets there.
Almost looks like a descending channel or like a diamond.
Yeah, it looks like a diamond a little bit.
I don't really trade these setups. They don't. Yeah, I'd be like more like what Danny's saying. You want to see pick a direction and then either a hold or
Yeah. See
right
if
now
it,
it's
because when it picks a direction like that, it'll tell you if it is going to keep going that direction or not.
yeah. Tricky.
Oh man, I'm down $8 on my 6 shares. I wasn't really paying attention to that.
True, it's been trending down.
Okay,
Yeah,
here we go. Breaking the lower.
I'm trying to see. Let's see it.
Do we get capitulation or is it going to reverse?
1755 is the
I love
halt
that
down.
word.
18 is holding strong.
Wow.
Straight down. Let's see.
Halt.
Do I want to be in this halt as well? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. This is the halt level pretty much, huh?
All right, so
1760.
solid halt down. Let's see what happens. At least, thank God I don't have a position in this one.
I have 50 shares in this one.
From where? What's your entry?
It was at 1845.
Okay. So you were trying to get in on that support area?
Yeah, I was trying. I got in with 250, and then I was able to sneak a couple of shares out at the halt
It
level,
looks like
but I couldn't get it all out.
it looks like you're not in too bad of a spot right now. It's showing 1598.
But I gave back pretty much more than half my profit. Well, not quite, but not a good trade nonetheless. I was thinking it was going to maybe rip back up.
Like have a fake out, yeah, but it was basically a backside breakout to the downside.
That's one of my worst losses of the year, maybe. At least recent.
Was that a $1,400 loss or was that $1,000 roughly?
It was 1200.
Well, 1,200, yeah.
It's unfortunate. Like, so the thing is, obviously I took that loss and then I made most of it back. Like, would I have taken this trade here for the move back up if I hadn't just taken that loss? I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean by that analysis. There's a lot of times that second borderline revenge trade, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
It's so
it was an educated revenge trade for sure. Okay, so I don't know why, but it's because I haven't closed my 6 shares yet, but I am at 1600, so I'm still up here. But yeah, that was the initial loss.
Yeah.
Since I'm holding these last 6 shares, that trade hasn't completed, so it's not showing it on the graph. But it's showing 16, which is a lot better than what did it end up being? Low was 2377. It was a 350 gap down on that last one. So it's $1.30 on this one. We'll see. what else can we talk about? The market seems to be holding up, doing pretty well lately. We don't have Colby
Super
to.
well. Tomorrow's the
We're gonna have Colby to
CPI,
talk.
so we'll see. It's gonna get heavy tomorrow, but
Yeah.
the trend to the front side is way stronger than I was expecting.
Yeah, and honestly, after this candle here, that was a pretty bad looking daily candle, but
Yeah, then
we're
just
still holding.
recovered. Yeah.
Nice.
I have a few swing trades out. I'm not fully allocated, but I'm probably like 20% allocated. And man, they're just dominating. Last month,
Yeah,
as well,
me
this
too.
month, pretty good. Whew.
Yeah, I hold some trades in my Roth, which it's hard to share, hard to switch to right now, but yeah, I'm holding some positions on like Apple, Nvidia, AMD, Google, TQQQ from like a long time ago that I added on just a couple of weeks ago that are doing really well.
Yeah, it's just a solid grind up.
Yeah, it's like surprising grind up.
Yeah.
And then we've got BDRX as well, doing whatever it's doing. It's like the same exact action as PRFX from earlier. This halt up, strong push down, straight back into a halt up right at that same level.
Man, this is today and yesterday is really like you could have traded all day long yesterday,
Yeah.
and then it looks like today's going to be another one of those days. That's just crazy. I mean, look at
There's
this.
some funny business going on, I would say. So this is showing a 1625 resumption. It's going to open in 5 seconds, maybe. I may buy the dip, 1660. Yeah. There wasn't really any dip to buy. It just opened up and the ask.
The $16 zone is major daily support.
Oof.
This is a huge zone.
Okay, made it all back.
Woo!
Nice. 1826.
Off the dip. Well,
Oh man, I got a terrible fill into that halt. I only got filled 6 shares though, so
wow,
I got filled 6 shares at 1823.
You were able to close your 6
Should probably stop. Went down 400, went back up 400. I should probably.
I'm really interested in it.
Wow.
Here.
Nice work, Toby.
Not really.
Hey, yeah.
Just up 400 more would have been nice work.
I'm in at 1877.
Oh.
Because if it breaks 19, I'm out. It should have broken. But I did make like $70 or so.
That was an interesting trade.
So the reason I took that is because now we're breaking. So this is basically the trend line, right? So we're breaking, or we were looking like we might break there, and short sale restrictions on. Halt up is a decent ways off.
Right.
So I felt like if we could break 19, and it kind of seems clear that there are hidden sellers now at 19. If we break that, we should go to 20. And now it's kind of holding this range here. So it's looking really interesting to me.
Yeah, I could hold this 1 minute pull back and break over 20 maybe.
I got a terrible fill there, but I'm in at 1870. So let's watch it break 19 here if it can. I'm gonna see if I can get some profit out just below, because I think it's irresponsible not to. So let's see, can we break 19 this time? Come on. Don't be a dirty dog. It's holding up pretty well. My thought is just like, how many times are we going to potentially push up on 19? Or how many times is 19 going to hold as resistance?
And we're above VWAP. We're still above VWAP, but we're ultimately in a little bit of a short-term backside, which keeps me away from this one.
I did get back 70 on that trade.
It's just right now the setups are very difficult compared to, well, yeah, this was never my kind of ticker, but yeah, compared to the clean classic front side, right? But that was so halty that was kind of tricky as well.
Yeah, I would agree. This is not for beginners for sure.
Your strategy relies a lot on timing.
Yeah, definitely.
Similar with me.
Yours doesn't as much?
No, mine does. Timing.
Oh, you said I'm like you. I thought you said unlike you.
No.
So I'm still watching this.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it too, but I'm not trading. I'm
trading BDRX. Oh God, I really need to stop switching back and forth between PRFX and BDRX. BDRX had a nice dip and rip though, really nice. And then it just pulled all the way back to almost $8 support, and then I bought it again.
Yeah, I'm looking at that on my side charts.
So it was a couple of good opportunities there.
Man, it's tough on PRFX, like maybe fairly obviously since it's still up 350%, but it just seems so clear that if it breaks 19, it should really move. 18 is holding for now. Let's see what happens if
first stare
it
for me
breaks down. 16 something. I'm gonna get in there. Yeah, terrible fill, but I got some out there. So I'm in at 64 and I've sold 2/3 of the position. And then sold the rest. I gave back like 200 there. 1650 is the downside.
Yeah, it felt like a 1 minute pullback, but there was no 5 minute setup. And that's usually what I would like as a confirmation.
Let's see, I'm in it. I don't know, 69.
Ooh.
I need to pop back to 17 quickly. There we go.
Nice. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was nice. Trying to get some out in the 20s. Even better. Okay. So like, this is what I'm talking about. I can take those trades off of a bottom or a low because then the upside potential is so high. Because if it's not going to halt to the downside, then your risk is like, your risk reward is, or your reward to risk is like 10-1. But I definitely need to wrap it up soon. I'm just kind of seeing like, now I'm in at 1668. I've taken most of my profit, so I have a small position. And if it's not going to go lower, it's going to go higher, is what I'm thinking. So that's why I'm still holding. But I'll get out there as it's kind of threatening down on 17 again.
Or consolidate till power hour.
What you have on your side there, though, is the 5 minute 9 EMA.
Did he just leave?
Huh?
Oh, okay. I thought you left. Maybe my screen.
No, I was saying on the 5 minute chart, you have the 9 EMA as potential support that kind of push that right back up to 20.
The 9 EMA on the 5 minute?
On
That's
the 5
on this
minute,
chart here, which is at 1894. So it's kind of.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at the 15.
Yeah, you've got the 15 EMA here, which still is a good EMA because like I don't like them typically when they give back this much of the move, but it's still up 300%. So like usually I would prefer to have it consolidate somewhere around this area in the pattern
Yeah.
and have the EMA catch up to it. But like being realistic, it was up like 500%. You can't really expect it to just consolidate up here. Anyways, so I went from like 2100. Now I'm at 1800. So
2100 down to what, 1300 on the day, now back up to 2100.
no, I was like 2100 down to like 800 or 900.
Yeah, it was a big dip at first.
Yeah.
But for the fact that you're not that much off the highs, it kind of feels like it was worth it, because that could have put you that could have put you a lot higher. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stress you had to go through, so I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so. Like I take those trades, I guess, out of instinct because I don't know, I guess more often than not, they end up paying me, so it's worth it.
Yeah.
And there we go. So that's what my chart's looking like now. So
yeah, that's nice. So that's
not too bad.
That's really okay. I agree.
It's okay for sure. I feel like I got a bit of a bailout there with the fact that it didn't just continue down. I actually really like this kind of pattern. It's a bit of a falling wedge.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
And now it's, well, I don't know, it's hard to say. It could kind of find a double, triple bottom type thing or a higher low here and then start coming back up, which would be interesting. I want that $200 back.
Oh boy.
We'll see. I'm not going to force it though.
PDRX is on a halt resumption down. Maybe you can buy a dip.
We're gonna have to end this pod before you do something crazy again.
I know.
Uh-oh, it's curling back up.
I've got another meeting coming up in a few anyways, though. It's showing a 788 resumption, which is not too bad. But yeah, we've got this going on.
13.
Well, but the thing is, like, I know that I want $200 on a stock like this. That's 30 or 40 cents, which with the right entry is easy. If I'm doing like 500 or 600 shares, which
that's
is really
about
pretty
point,
conservative. Yeah. So like, that's all I'm waiting for and watching for.
Yeah. This is when you can grind out those base hits and just try to get back. But
yeah. Or like BDRX here, only a 20-cent drop, opens in a minute. What's the range on these candles? Is $1.60, $1. So like if I hit this with 1,000 shares in the right spot, I can easily get 50 cents out of it.
Life decisions.
But here's your level on PRFX. It seems pretty clear that this is the level. It had support here, it had resistance here. I guess it's 19.
Yeah, the close of a 5-minute candle on the way up was around like 20. And then there's around 19, there's some tops as well.
I'm watching BDRX now, though. I am interested in this because now the resumption is up to 8. It was at 788. And it's a pretty strong buy side imbalance. So let's see.
Yeah, it's gonna open here in a couple seconds.
Yeah. 812.
2, 1.
Boom. No. That was super weird. What happened?
I hate when TOS bounces up and down with the order book. With the fonts, the font sizes freak me out.
There you go. Why?
Yeah. Oh, now it's big font. Now it's small font.
God, I had to hold
DOS
that
is
way
being,
long. I want
what the hell? DOS is being really, really laggy. That sucks. It wouldn't actually send my orders. That's annoying.
Yeah. This is
All
getting
right, well,
Oh boy, PRFX looks like it's starting to get some energy.
yeah. Well, oh no. Come on. Oh boy. Oh boy. Sometimes this happens when you double click and it just full sizes something.
Mhm.
Oops. Here's a better idea. I'm just going to close DOS. And reload it.
Toby's also up quite a bit.
Okay. That was so weird. It was like sending my order to DOS, but it said in the little message box order, it didn't say the order was accepted and actually sent to the market. That was the issue.
Yeah. I have to watch that on replay and see. That's
Yeah, you'll see in the little green box here.
There's nothing worse than when there's like an order not going through or something. It happens quite a lot on
Yeah.
TV as well, and it just freaks me out.
Yeah, me too. Totally sketches me out.
Yeah. Well, good thing you got out of BDRX. Things halted now again to the downside. A little
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
I got out like a split second before it dipped.
Oof.
Or no.
Yeah, I couldn't. It wouldn't take my orders, or it wouldn't send my orders.
It wasn't a very good trade. It didn't really move that much. It kind of just hovered and then went up a couple cents and then dropped.
Looked like a 10-cent loss there. Well, better
Ooh.
than the dollar I just avoided losing.
Yeah, that was a quick move down.
All right. Well, anyways, I'm still at 1400 at least, which is a solid day.
Yeah, it's really, I think anything over 1K is nice. You know, it's like definitely on the track for $250,000 in the year. So that's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's like, it was nice to be over 2000, but I'm still solidly over 1000, and kind of seems like things are having a harder time now. We're seeing a lot more rejections here. BDRX.
Oh yeah, this is
right about that. That should have taken my order.
Yeah, this is like when taking profits starts getting a lot tougher. That's usually a good sign to at least take a break and then maybe wait for another ticker to pop up. That's what I do sometimes. Like if I had a great run from like 7:30 to 8 and the ticker's starting to get extended, I'll often take like 30-40 minutes off, just close TV trade, and then I'll come back for the market open. And that works better for me than if I just stare at the market.
Yeah, same. That's kind of what I did this morning too, like 30 minutes after market open, and I was just sitting at 100 and couldn't really make any progress at all. I just got up. I was like, none of this is worth watching. It was like C+ action at best.
Yeah, then you need some space.
Yeah.
So this is a special episode, like so much. I don't think we've ever done this much trading. Well, specifically Danny and Toby.
Yeah.
On the pod.
I felt like I traded the whole time.
Toby, did you make money from beginning to end?
Yeah, we started the podcast. I was up 299 to be exact, and I finished the podcast now. I'm closing up shop at 768.
Wow.
Nice.
Toby, we're up
So
almost identical. I'm at 8.
You more than doubled your profit. I gave back a third of mine.
Yeah, that's how the cookie crumbles, huh? Tom, did you do any trading or anything?
No, I didn't do any trading since we've been on the podcast. No.
Yeah, same. No trading here. Although maybe a PRFX definitely had a few opportunities for sure.
Looks like a good setup for power hour.
I could see one of these setting up for power hour, or even extended hours. We've been having some extended hour movers, which kind of is unique.
Like GDTC yesterday was unreal with no catalyst, and then just complete trash today, probably because there was no catalyst. But
yeah, that ticker was on fire. I'm up 600 on this ticker somehow, but
for no reason. Right at market close, 350 to 4, little consolidation, then to 550, little pullback, then to 650 pullback, 780.
It was nice too. I mean, that was like a good move.
That was wild. Yeah, I made a little bit on that after hours yesterday.
Oh yeah. Yeah. This is what I mean. Like when you post your picks, I'm like, you traded basically pre-market and extended hours. I'm like, it was a long day.
No, because I'll go to the gym. So
Okay,
I was gone for probably 2 hours in the middle of it. And I come back at the end of the day. I didn't take any trades. I booted up Hogwarts Legacy. And all of a sudden my scanners are going off and GDTC is just flying.
Well, yeah, I guess why not, right?
It's so hard not to. It's so distracting too when something is just like, because I have my charts up here still and I'm just seeing something. I'm playing my games and I'm just seeing something moving.
That's what it is. Like if I don't close my TOS, I pretty much guaranteed I'm going to take a trade at one point.
Yep.
But what I often do instead is I'll have the Discord open, and if I see one of you guys calling out a ticker, I'll actually turn my TD on and then I'll check it out. And if it's like based on my criteria, I'll sometimes trade it.
Yeah.
But yeah, having your charts open is very distracting. It's hard to get like proper work done. If they're open.
I agree.
It's really funny. Anything else you guys are on your guys' mind? I know it's been 2 weeks now since the last pod, but
not in particular. I think that the thing that I had mentioned earlier about like not getting yourself into a drawdown before those good moves come is the most important thing right now. Like just wait. If something isn't really moving or moving well, there's no need to trade it and just go red. And that goes for like any individual trade on a trade by trade basis, especially on a day by day basis. Like it's going to be really hard to make any headway right now if you're taking unnecessary losses in addition to the kind of random losses that just come from being in the markets.
Yeah, I agree with that. Crawling out of holes is never fun. And then if there's lack of opportunities, then last week felt like the markets were closed the whole week.
It was terrible.
That was probably one of the slowest weeks we've had of the year, but I guess that makes sense. We had like a bridge holiday, so
yeah, last week was kind of funky. That's it for me though.
Yeah, that's all I got, at least in my mind. I'll probably think of something afterwards, but probably next week we'll probably have more discussions. If you guys are watching this, you have anything you want us to add or think or talk about, leave the comments. Oftentimes we do get a lot of comments, and I'll make sure I ask them as questions from the Discord. But I think everyone's just coming off a holiday, so nice to see some good live trading. Honestly, it was really great.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good review of PRFX. Danny, that was a good review. I usually at a certain price, I do start to like back off after like say like $10. I start to back off and get a little scared of those parabolic movers. Yeah. But I see a new trade definitely helps a little bit.
That's cool. That's good. Yeah, I mean, I guess probably the best thing I did today was give a good example of taking a big loss and then recovering from it.
Yeah, that's true. Very level-headed. I think it was a very healthy trade.
Yeah, I guess, you take a trade that you think is going to work, and sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. And as long as the setup was good and the expected value was there, I think like you can't even really get upset about yourself if you lose money. Yeah. It's like you have to go for it. So who cares if you lose money? Sometimes it just doesn't work out.
I know that like much more often than not, I'm making money on those trades. So, you know, every now and then I'm going to take a loss on that type of trade.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So kudos for you for going for it, knowing that, you know, you have expected value
Yeah, I
that's
guess so.
positive, and that's what it's
Yeah.
all about. That's it.
Yeah, I agree. All right, well, I got to hop off.
Oh man, I only made 103 trades today. That's I'm super patient or something.
So
Nice.
I made 36 last week, which was nothing.
I'm at 59 today,
Uh,
or maybe more, like 60 something by now, but
all right, guys, then I will see you then, back in the Discord, and have a good rest of the trading week.
All
Hopefully
right.
we get some more action like this, because it's been a phenomenal start to the week. So
yeah,
no
Yeah.
expectations, but
More action.
yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, be nice
Keep
to
it
have
up.
some carry through.
All right, talk to you guys soon.
See you guys.
All right. Take it easy.